Wait, 16 and 0? 16 and 0? Guys, we've dialed up 16 straight player props. We've cashed all 16. Let's keep it rolling today, guys. I got the broom out for the sweep. We're ready to roll today. Best bets for NBA Friday coming at you. We brought out the broom, baby. We got a clean out. We love to see that, guys. Welcome back into the channel. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. As always, we get your best bets here for NBA Friday on February 21st, 2025. We get your NBA player props, spreads, predictions. As always, super excited about today's slate. Guys, we've been absolutely rolling in the NBA. We've hit our last 16 player props, 16 and 0 in our last 16 player props. It's been absolutely wild here at the channel. Very grateful, obviously, for the success. We stay humble, but it's been absolutely wild. 18 and 1 run here at the channel, guys. It's been crazy. We're 7 and 0 out of the All-Star break, 10 and 0 in our last 10. Just been some crazy streaks going on, but we love to see it, guys. We've been making money, obviously. Hopefully, you guys have been doing well as well. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. We're all about winning here, guys. Hopefully we can keep that rolling here today. We got 5 fresh picks here for you today that I think are great value bets. So lock in, guys. We're ready to keep making that money. Last night, again, was absolutely electric. We cashed day 2 of our ladder as well, so we're on to day 3 of our ladder. It's been great. We'll go do a full recap section here in a little bit. Couple quick announcements, guys. Check out our NBA and Major League Baseball best bets for futures. For the 2025 season for baseball and the rest of the season for NBA. I'll put up a couple graphics of that. And then both those videos will be tagged at the end of this video. So make sure you guys check that out. Put a lot of work into those. And if you guys are interested in some season-long bets where you get to sweat them out for a while, be sure to check those out. So had some fun doing that. Check out all of our links down below. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, of course, our community Discord. Great ways to connect with our community. Drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. We'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Didn't see any picks yesterday that hit. I want to say this, though. There were 2 picks in the chat that were right on the hook. Franz Wagner, over 32.5 PRAs. Points and rebounds for Gotta Get the Bag. He landed right at 32. And then Kelly Oubre Jr., over 20.5 PRAs from Eric Me. He landed at 20. So some rough beats there. Shout out to you guys, though, for posting. Appreciate that. Be sure you guys do that again today. We love to see your guys' picks in action. Both those guys, absolute legends here at the channel. Couple other quick things, guys. Check out our Straight Fire MVP program. Cost is just $3.99 per month. You get access to all of our picks and our plays early. I preach it again and again. You want these early lines. There were some people yesterday that missed out on James Harden. Because his line did move to 37.5. Got it at 36.5 for not even juiced early on in the day. So that's why I say, guys, getting the early lines is important. If you're checking this at like 5, 6 p.m., it's simply too late in the day. And you're losing, a lot of people are evaporating the value on these lines. So it's important not only to check the video early on in the day, but also take advantage of the fact that we do release all these picks to all our MVPs bright and early in the morning. I release all these picks at like 6 o'clock in the morning a lot of times. So you can get access to all those, get your picks in, and then you're set. You don't have to worry about missing out on a better line. And like I said, a lot of these lines are probably going to move today. I'm expecting these lines again to move. It's what's going to happen. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. You also get custom emojis, roll call in the Discord, and you're supporting your boy Steve here at the channel. Very important, especially on days when we do great. Today is a great day to sign up to become a Straight Fire MVP, guys. It's just $3.99 a month. It's 13 cents a day. If that's not value, I don't know what is. I don't know how else to spend it to you guys. Obviously, hoping we can get a couple of sign-ups there. But I do appreciate all of you guys, as always. Check out our merchandise as well, guys. Also a great way to support the channel and what we're doing. It's also a great time to buy yourself a shirt. It's one of our shirts on our store. The Allen the Bear shirt. The Gambling the Bear. And he's got our emblem right there. And we put a lot of work into this one. So this was a really fun shirt to make. And it's definitely cool while you're sweating out the bets with us. get swagged up with Straight Fire, guys. So be sure to check all those things out. Let's do a quick recap from yesterday. Like I said, 5-0 sweep. Let's go, baby. We love to see it. Absolutely electric. And a day 2 ladder cash. Absolutely electric here at the channel. Desmond Bain over 19.5 points. Gets there pretty easily. Didn't have to worry about that. Derek White over 13.5 points. Finishes with 16. We had to sweat that out a little. He got that in the fourth quarter, but that's actually usually what he does. So he definitely saved some of his scoring, definitely for the fourth quarter. Dyson Daniels under 14.5 points. Definitely gave us a scare early. Had 7 first quarter points, but finishes with just 10. Had an abysmal shooting night, which we love seeing that. Had more volume than I like to see, but it happens. Los Angeles Lakers minus 3.5 spread. They really weren't in control of this game most of the way throughout. Kind of gave up the lead part of the way through, but they still ended up covering and winning the game by 8, which we'll have to see that. And then James Harden over 36.5 PRAs. Like I said, this was minus 105 odds on MGM early on in the day, and the line moved, guys, and which happens. So, like I said, getting the early lines is best and what you really want to do, guys. And you know, unfortunately, he didn't go over 37.5. But like I said, getting the early lines on these is very important in my eyes. And like I said, no better way to do that than signing up for our MVP program. Like I said, it's 13 cents a day, guys. You can't really do much better than that. Like I said, 5-0 sweep. We love to see it, but we're not done though, guys. We got to get back after it today. We got 5 new picks today. Let's get into them, guys. Let's get right into our picks. And number 1, we're going Darius Garland over 19.5 points here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Minus 111 odds on FanDuel. I really love this spot here for Garland for a lot of reasons. He's 60% to this line on the season, 64% at home to this line. We saw him play the Knicks earlier this season, posting 34 points in that game versus the Knicks. Same stars for the Cavs were playing. Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, and Donovan Mitchell, obviously. So if you guys are worried about his volume and how much he's going to shoot, don't, because it's a good matchup here for him. And the Knicks have really struggled versus the point guard position lately. They're allowing the 9th most points on the season to point guards, which is obviously good for us, but they're allowing the 3rd most points to point guards over the last 7 games, including the 3rd most threes as well, which is a huge part of Darius Garland's game. So I love this matchup for several reasons, obviously. It's a great fit here for Garland here to go over. He's 7-9 this season on 0 days rest. He actually does his best work on 0 days rest, including 4 for 4 at home with a 31.3 points per game average on 0 days rest at home. He's been absolutely electric this year on back-to-backs, and I suspect that could definitely continue. Knicks are also on a back-to-back as well, so like I said, this is a spot where I just don't think they're going to be able to keep up with him. I didn't mind Donovan Mitchell's look on points as well at 23, 24.5. He also cashed in that game versus the Knicks. So I do like Garland here more. Obviously, his line is more reasonable, and I think we're attacking the true weakness here of the Knicks. So I think Garland will be able to get us here over the mark. So love it there for number 1 pick, guys. Going Darius Garland over 19.5 points here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Minus 111 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 2, we got Jaren Jackson Jr. under 21.5 points here for the Memphis Grizzlies. We're going minus 106 odds on FanDuel. Guys, Jaren Jackson Jr. 53% this season to the under, 50% on the road to the under. But what do I really like about this? Well, there's a couple things I really like. Obviously, the matchup, we targeted Dyson Daniels as under last night versus the Magic. Different position, but the Magic, as you guys know, are a well-rounded defensive team. And I think here they'll also be able to slow down Jaren Jackson Jr. I think his point line was just a little too high for me. Bain's line remained the same at 19.5 from yesterday, so I didn't want to fade him. I thought about it, honestly. But here, I think Jaren Jackson Jr. is more value on his under. Magic here, 2nd fewest points allowed to power forwards this season. Magic 3rd best defensive rating this season. You guys know how good the Magic have been defensively. I think they can continue here against Jackson Jr. I think this is just a really tough spot for him on the back-to-back. I'm kind of thinking, you know, with that game last night, with it being high-paced in Indiana, this isn't like your bread and butter back-to-back. Like, this is one where I could see him actually being tired, like for real. So Obviously, up and down with the Pacers. Then you got to get in the plane, travel from Indiana to Orlando. So some back-to-backs are different, guys, right? And this is one where I could definitely see him having tired legs, not being able to shoot the ball too well if he decides to shoot threes. I think a line like this, typically he's got to knock down some threes to cash a line like this. And I don't see that happening tonight. And also, anything in the interior is just going to be tough, like it always is versus the Magic. So I'd really like him, honestly, to go under here, guys. I think this is just a tall task here for Jackson Jr. to hit 22 points tonight. Especially if we get everyone playing. Hopefully Morant, Bane, and the whole rest of the crew plays. You don't know until the injury report comes out. You know, I've seen you guys ask, but is so-and-so playing? Well, we're recording this early. That is the con to some of this, is you don't know the status of who's going to play, who's not going to play. Jaren Jackson Jr. might sit. You just never know. On a back-to-back, I could see them honestly potentially sitting Ja Morant on a back-to-back here, just because of his injury situation this season. That's definitely a possibility. I'm prepared for that. I still think he would go under even if Ja Morant doesn't play. The Grizzlies go pretty deep, guys. If you guys have seen their bench is amazing. They spread it around really well with Memphis. They have a lot of depth, so there's a lot of guys that could score the ball on the team. That's why nobody's point line is really all that high on the Grizzlies. If you look up and down, there's nobody with like a 25.5 point line at this point. Or, up in there. Everybody's right around 20. The stars are, so including Ja Morant. So, love it there for number 2 pick, guys. We got Jaren Jackson Jr. under 21.5 points here for the Memphis Grizzlies. We're going minus 106 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 3, I think this is my favorite play of the day. We're going Damian Lillard over 36.5 PRAs here for the Milwaukee Bucks, minus 115 odds on DraftKings. Guys, Lillard 54% this season, 50% in the road to this line. What's sneaky about this play today, though, guys, is Giannis just came back from an injury. And I think he's going to be somewhat minutes limited here, which means Lillard's volume should be pretty high here for a couple of reasons. Obviously, Giannis just came back, just played 24 minutes last night in a very close contest with the Clippers, so could have really used him more minutes in that game. I'm surprised that I was surprised to find it, because initially I was looking at Giannis's PRA, because I forgot that he was out, and then I saw he just came back and he's kind of limited with the minutes, and now we're on a back-to-back as well. There's a possibility Giannis might just straight up sit this game. I don't know that for sure, but if he does play, he's not going to play. I don't think he'll play 30-plus minutes. I think he'll be under 30 minutes. And this is a great matchup for Lillard, and this is a line that's adjusted as if Giannis is playing. Because Lillard's PRA lines were in the higher 30s, obviously, when Giannis has been out. So I think you're getting sneaky good value here. You also got Bobby Portis out as well. So the offense has to come from somewhere, and I think Lillard's a good candidate, obviously, to have a good game here on a back-to-back. He was just 2 for 12 from the field last night. Obviously, I think he's going to improve from that. I think he's going to also shoot the ball a little more as well. This is a premium matchup, guys. A triple crown, as I would call it. Top 10 favorable matchup in every category. Points, rebounds, assists. That's why I like the PRAs. Wizards allow the 6th most points, the 4th most rebounds, the 3rd most assists to point guard. So, obviously, every level that you like about this. Now, the Wizards are just terrible defensively against everybody, just about. But I think here Lillard's going to be the prime option that's going to really take advantage of that, because, like I said, the injury situation with Giannis, I'm not sure about his minutes, and then Bobby Portis obviously out. I think these are good things, honestly, for Lillard, and his aggressiveness should see him be able to do that. Now, if you're worried about the Bucks blowing the Wizards out, don't worry too much. Lillard is actually 63% to this line when the Bucks win by 10 plus. 58% when the Bucks win by 15 plus. So if the Bucks are actually doing well, Lillard's probably doing well too. That's usually the trend with that. So this is a line, honestly, I could see him cashing in the 3rd quarter. He's going to play probably most of that 3rd quarter and set the start of the 4th, which he could lose minutes in the 4th if it is a blowout. But I think he can get there through 3, which is why I really like him today. So love it there for number 3 pick, guys. We got Damian Lillard over 36.5 PRAs here for the Milwaukee Bucks. We're going minus 115 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 4, we got the Golden State Warriors -2 spread here versus the Sacramento Kings. -108 odds on FanDuel. Now, this is kind of a weird bet because if you look at the history between the Warriors and the Kings, you'll notice that the Kings have actually won the last 4 meetings. But obviously things are different. No De'Aaron Fox for the Kings, which is really the biggest thing that I'm looking at. And the Warriors got Jimmy Butler, which I think really makes this Warriors team interesting. Draymond Green guaranteed a championship this year, which I don't know about all that noise. But I do like the way that this team is constructed now. We've seen them go 3-1 so far with Jimmy Butler on the line. All road games and wins over the Bucks and the Rockets on the road. That's pretty impressive. So I think they keep that trend here going versus a Kings team that, honestly, I talked about in our Futures video. I do not like that much. I think they're going to really struggle defensively. This is going to look like the Bulls from the last 4 or 5 years where they could put up points, but they just can't play any defense. I think they're trending that way once again. I think you'll see that once again. Warriors here, guys, 9th. Kings 21st in defensive rating for the season. So like I said, the Kings aren't a good defensive team. Warriors 5th in defensive rating over the last 4 games. So I focused on the last 4 games, obviously, because Butler's in there now. And they're fairly healthy. If you look up and down their lineup, Podziemski's in the lineup. Now with Draymond Green, Butler, Buddy Hield, Curry, all these guys pretty healthy right now. And I like seeing that, honestly. And like I said, I just really like their team construction. I like the way that they can play defense. They got physical, tough guys, especially with Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. They don't come any tougher than that, really. And like I said, I just see them being able to have more consistently, especially at the defensive end. Offensively, these teams actually compare about the same over the last 4 games, whereas 12th, Kings 10th in offensive rating over the last 4 games. And like I said, I think with Curry and Butler, I think this team's going to be very solid offensively as well. I'm not too worried about that. We've also seen the Kings win 3 of the last 4 games, but they played the Pelicans. 3 of those games, losing one of those, and one of the other ones was close as well. So, yeah, I just don't, like I said, I just don't have a lot of faith in this Kings team. I think this is a good spot here to fade them coming out of the break, and I think you're going to get a dose of reality that their team construction, offensively, they'll score. They got scorers, but the defense is just going to be lacking. So obviously I love it there. So love it there for number 4 pick, guys. We got the Golden State Warriors -2 spread here versus the Sacramento Kings. -108 odds on FanDuel. Okay, guys, and finally at number 5, we got Nikola Jovic over 9.5 points here for the Miami Heat. We're going -125 odds on FanDuel. Now keep in mind, I do like this line at 10.5 as well. This is likely to be flipping back and forth between 9.5 and 10.5. So if you can, take an alternate line where you can take it just for 10 plus points. I would recommend that. But I still love him at 10.5 as well. He's 61% to this line on the season, 61% at home. Had 14 in the earlier season matchup versus the Raptors, so obviously we like seeing that. Obviously with Jimmy Butler now gone from the Heat, this clears things up more for Jovic. Jovic is actually 70% this season to this line without Jimmy Butler in the lineup. So he does pretty well. He's at home. He's in a pretty good environment here for him for the season. Raptors allowing the 11th most points to power forward, so a pretty solid matchup here for him as well. Last game that he played versus the Mavericks, which honestly was a pretty decent matchup as well, he went 3 for 11 from the floor with 6 points. So obviously I think he can improve from that. Anytime you got as many field goal attempts as the point line, that's usually a good sign. That's usually something you like to go with. So he's averaging, over his last 10 games, he's averaging over 10 shots a game, which is what I'm looking at here. A point line of 9.5, averaging over 10 shots per game over the last 10. Yeah, I like that. I really do. I think, and he likes to shoot 3, so hopefully he can knock down, we're looking for 2 threes from him today, and then 2 other mid-range shots as well to get us to 10. He's 8 for his last 10 to this line as well, like I said, averaging the 10.1 shots per game. So I like his volume, I like his hit rates, I like the matchup, I like the fact that we don't have Jimmy Butler. There's a lot of things to like about it. He's playing pretty solid minutes right now, so I think he can obviously hit this over. So love it there for number 5 pick, guys. Get Nikola Jovic over 9.5 points here for the Miami Heat. We're going -125 odds on FanDuel. All right, guys, going to do it for our picks. If you all enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Day 3 of our ladder will be later today, guys. Look for that. It's starting to get real interesting as we start climbing that ladder with the way that we're doing it. So hopefully we're going to have another big day today, guys. Been very blessed. A, by the success of our picks, and B, by your guys' support. So make sure you guys are sharing the video with your friends. Getting this out to people, obviously getting our view count up. And, you know, if it's in it for you guys, and you guys enjoy this channel, support it. You know, become a Straight Fire MVP, purchase a shirt, do something of the sort. Because like I said, we're fueled by that, we're run by that. So if we keep doing this over the long term, obviously I'd love to do that. I'd love to be here long term. But that does require, like I said, the support from you guys. Otherwise, it's just tough. Because, you know, just imagine it, guys. I wake up, you know, 4:30 in the morning. I do hours of research. I put out picks. This is like a 3-4 hour process just making this video. I make ladder challenges, do all these things that require work and stuff. And like I said, it's tough because right now we don't get a lot of monetary stuff from it, which would be good as far as for, you know, like I said, for the support of what we're doing and trying to grow. I mean, trying to do this full time. I'm going to level with you guys. This is what I'm trying to do. It's tough for me because I still work full time at another job. So give me time and I could be even more dangerous, I think. And honestly, I don't have an abundance of time. But obviously your guys' support makes it all happen. So I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome as always. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And we'll catch you all next time. Peace out.